Hello. Today is luckily a much better day than yesterday because I had an off day, as you know, maybe, and I even lost my microphone, so that's why, unfortunately, today the sound is not as ideal as it should be. But sorry for that, and I will work on it to solve it and order a new microphone. What I want to talk about today is the topic of needs, and this is especially for you, Katrin, because you asked me if I could zoom in on this topic and tell a bit more about my own needs. And I definitely want to do that because I think it's important to think of it and to discuss it, because it will help us to get clearer about what we want. And whenever I hear or read the word need, I have to think of Maslow and his pyramid of needs. And Maslow says there are 5 layers, and first we have to satisfy the needs from the bottom layer, and then the layer above, and then layer above, and then layer above, and then the top layer. And the bottom layer is the needs, the physiological needs. So, do I have enough food? Do I have a shelter? Am I warm? Do I have enough rest? And if that's the case, we can focus on the group above, which is safety. Am I safe? Am I secure? And if that's the case, we can focus on the layer above, which is the needs of love and belongingness. Am I loved? Do I have friends? Do I have family? And if that's the case, we can move on to the 4th group, the second last group, which is esteem. Am I seen? Am I recognized? Do I recognize myself? And for me, I think I have covered most of the needs of these first 4 groups. Maybe with the self part of the 4th group, I still have to grow more. So to have more self-esteem and to self compassion and things like that. But yeah, it's much better than it used to be, and I feel that I accomplished a lot in this respect. That's why I have also a lot of space now to focus on the 5th group, the last group of needs, which is self-actualization, as Maslow calls it. And what he means by that is living a life to our full potential. And also creativity falls under this. So being able to be creative. And I think my biggest needs are definitely lying in this group at the moment. And they are feeling the freedom. And with freedom, I mean total freedom, like freedom of my ego, especially. That's maybe the biggest part. But also freedom of others' expectations, for example, or freedom of financial freedom, for example, or freedom of to be able to make choices that I want to make in order to feel the freedom to create something new from scratch. Something inspirational. Something of value maybe for others. That's, I think, that's definitely something that where my needs are. And in order to be able to do that, I first have to have the space in me to to feel inspired, because being inspired is something, that I need to have, or I need to cover in order to feel alive, and to feel the fact that I live to my fullest potential. And for that I need enough me time to recharge my batteries, and to be able to absorb inspiration that I come across, either by talking to others, by listening to others, by reading something, by seeing something in nature, doesn't matter how, but I need to be aligned with myself, and then I can absorb inspiration. And once I do that, that gives me a lot of energy, and then and even more inspiration to pass it on. And if I do, that gives me even more energy and inspiration. So it's an upward spiral. But it all starts with granting myself enough me time. And I think with the 100-day journey, I'm really on a good track, because I have the feeling that I have the freedom to go left or right, or straight on. It doesn't matter. I can choose what I want to do. It's my own project. It's my own project. I owe it. I own it. And I started it from scratch, so that's also a check. And it's something new. And I think it's creative. At least for me, it's creative, because I haven't done it before, and I think with different parts of my body, not only with my head, but also with my heart, and that feels good. So I'm really grateful, because I have the feeling that especially with this 100-day journey, I've covered also big parts of the self-activation group of the needs, and I want to do more of it, and I want to have even more time for it, and more space and more possibilities. So but as for now, it feels really good. And I don't exactly know in which form it will continue, or how I want it, or how my needs have to look like, but that doesn't matter, because I don't have to. I think one step at a time, and then the new path will show itself. And something else I want to share about this topic. I listen lately quite a lot to Abraham Hicks, and Abraham Hicks talks a lot about the law of attraction. And what Abraham says is that it's much better to, instead of needing something, of wanting something. Because if you need to have something, it's so loaded. And if you really have to have it, otherwise you're unsatisfied or miserable or failing in your head. And whereas if you want something, it's great if you get it, but if you don't, it's also okay what is. So you appreciate what is at the moment. And that's why I would recommend to you, and also to me, to approach things more from a wanting perspective. So first, appreciate whatever there is. And once we do, it's much easier to get what we want. And that's what I wanted to share about my needs. And I'm really curious about your needs, and where you are in Maslow's pyramid, for example, and where you want to be. And please share it in the comments, or write me a personal message, or give me a call. And yeah, thank you very much for listening, and hope to see you tomorrow again. Bye bye.